Okay, so I was testing some stuff on Penny Parker, and I have a decent amount of time on Penny, and I was wondering why this was happening. So, for those that don't know about Penny Parker, when you connect your webs so the mines crawl across them, so let me demonstrate here. You have this web from the nest, and then you can place webs to connect them, uh, and then they'll crawl across the webs. But if you don't play a lot of Penny, you don't know this probably, is that the webs are actually bigger than the visual. So if I put a web here, this isn't really connected, and then I put a web here, they'll crawl across, and they'll crawl across these little gaps, even though these webs are not technically connected, right? So they sort of have a larger circle around the web than it shows. So uh, as a Penny player, in my head, I think that my web should work like this, right? I just mentally adjust to the fact that I can sort of have these gaps and I can get a little more distance than it looks like I can get. However, let me clear out these webs so I can demonstrate something that I was thrown off by and I thought was a bug for the longest time, or just like her ult sucked, is that if I line up my ultimate here, I can run here, and even though this bot is like almost entirely touching the web, it's like on the line, these mines will not crawl, even though it's connected to the nest. And I think the reason for that is what it's seeming like, the deduction I've come to, is that the hitbox for the webs that drop from her ultimate are smaller than the visual, whereas the hitbox from her right click and her F when she's not an ult, like see the spot is entirely in the web. But the right click and the F, even with this one, this will bridge the gap a lot better because it just works, I guess. Because like I can click like this and this might even connect. It actually doesn't here, but it feels like it's very inconsistent with the way that it connects. Because sometimes you can have these gaps. See, like these are crawling over this gap. And it's surprising they're not crawling over this one, but they're crawling around this gap, even though there's clearly gaps here. Whereas sometimes with the ult, not even sometimes, every time with the ult, they have to be deep into the web. Like if this was an ult, this bot would have to be like right here or something. The bot cannot even be close to the edge of the web with the ones that she drops in her ult. So that's something that I was super confused about. Maybe other people are confused why their ult isn't working properly, but yeah, that's why. Uh, Please fix Penny.